Alright, in our exploration of derivatives, now that we know what a derivative is, we're working on the mathematics behind finding derivatives, specifically now at a specific given value of x. So here is a function. This is going to give us a parabola. We'll look at that in a moment, and I want to know how steep is the tangent line when x equals -2. So it's important to see what to anticipate, what we're looking for first. So what I've done is I've graphed the function. It's a downward shaping parabola. I found where x equals -2 and followed it down to the graph. And then I was able to estimate the slope of this tangent line that I drew in here. And it looks like we go up 10 over 1. And so we're looking probably f prime of -2, the derivative, slope of the tangent. It's going to be negative, or it's going to be positive 10. To verify that, I went into Desmos. I programmed it to take the derivative of my function, and then I let a equal -2 and found the value of the derivative, and it was 10. So there's no doubt in my mind I'm looking for the number 10. If you do this before you start the number crunching, you're going to find a much better success rate, and you'll be able to catch mistakes that you make doing algebra, which is a really important skill. So I begin by setting up my definition. The derivative of the slope of the tangent at -2 is the limit as h approaches 0. Don't forget that's a very important part of the definition. And here we have f of -2 plus h, which is an arbitrary distance away from x equals -2, minus f of -2, and we divide that by h. So the rest is substitution at this point. Here's my function. Wherever I see x, I'm going to replace it with -2 plus h for the first part of my quotient. So there. So here we can see 2 plus h, substituted in for x here, and substituted in for x here before we square it. Now in the other case we have -2, so I'm going to have 5 minus 2 times -2 minus 3 times -2 squared, and all of that has to be divided by h. This looks like a lot of stuff, but just be patient. We just distribute the -2, and we distribute, well, before we distribute the -3, we have to remember to FOIL. And here I'm going to square the -2. 5 plus 4 is 9. We're going to distribute the -3 here. And we're going to do a bunch of other calculations. This is all stuff you should be able to handle without my talking through it. We subtract out a whole lot of common terms, and we're left with a simple expression, 10h minus 3h squared, oops, all over, I'm pointing at the wrong thing, all over h. If I divide h by distribution, I'm left with the limit as h approaches 0 of 10 minus 3h. So what we're going to do is we're going to let h approach 0, and as h approaches 0, the subtraction of 3h is ineffective, and we're left with just 10. As you know from looking at the graph, we should have expected that the derivative was going to be 10, and here it is indeed. So it tells me that all of my calculations here were worthwhile, and I got the right slope. Hope this was helpful. Have a good day.